What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on this video we'll be differentiating this function here using chain rule method. Guys, before we start, you can pause this video, try to solve this problem. Let's see if you're gonna able to find this problem here. Now if you're new on this channel, you can subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon, because I've made lots and lot of videos. You can go to the playlist section and select the chapter that you want to watch or want to learn. And I'm also gonna do more videos on previous question papers and more videos on chain rule. So guys, subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss out on those videos. All right, let's start. So guys, remember, when we use the chain rule, we must able to identify two functions here, or the functions that are here. Remember, we're gonna have inner function and outer function. Now the inner function is the one within a function. As you can see, this 3x squared, it's actually an inner function. And then the outer function is everything here is 4 cot then 3x squared. So that is the outer function. I hope you can able to do that. If you can able to identify the inner function and the outer function, then you are fine. Then after identifying, the next step is equate the inner function with u. So meaning this inner function, which is 3x squared, is going to equate to u. And then the outer function, you're going to equate it to y. It's going to be 4 cot. Now what is going to be different here is the u. The 3x squared now is going to be equaling to u. So meaning when you equate the outer function, or when you write the outer function, you're going to write it in terms of u. Where there is 3x squared, as you can see here, 3x squared, you substitute with u there. All right, so I hope you guys can able to understand or follow through here. Now let's differentiate the inner function. Now the inner function, when you differentiate it, it's going to be du over dx. Do not forget, we're differentiating u in terms or with respect to x. Now this is a standard derivative, guys. This is a standard derivative. Remember the standard derivative, the formula for standard derivative, it's let's say y is equaling to x to the power of n, and then when we find the derivative, dy over dx is going to give us n, then x, and then n minus 1. In this case now, our n is going to be 2. And then fortunately enough, we do have k here, so I forgot the k. We're going to have k, meaning now we're going to multiply by k. Let me just write it here. Just erase this one here. Okay, in this case now we do have k, it's going to be n multiplied by k, and then x n minus 1. Fine. So it's going to be like that. So we're going to use this formula here to find this one here. So if we say k, which is going to be our 3, so it's going to be 3 multiplied by n, our n, which is 2. Okay, and then we have x, and then we say n, which is 2 minus 1. So if we continue, 3 multiplied by 2, this is going to give us 6, and that is going to give us x to the power of 1. Remember, 2 minus 1, it's x to the power of 1, so that is going to be x. All right, now we derived the du over dx. What about the dy over du? Remember, we are deriving y in terms of u. Now this one, it's a trigonometric function. Now again, guys, before we derive it, this formula here, if you don't or understand, or you want to understand it much better, go to the icon there, click on that icon and watch this formula there. Now let's look at this one. Now let's look at dy over du. How are you gonna derive this? Now the formula, or the general formula, remember when we have 4 there, which is okay, and then we have cot, let's just say x. Remember, we're just making an example. The dy over dx for this one, if you still remember, it's going to be negative, or it's going to be negative because of this cot, negative k, and then we have cosec squared x. Remember the derivative, by the way, the derivative of cot, it's negative cosec, hence we have the negative there. Alright, so when we derive this one, let's derive this one. It's going to be negative 4, then we say cosec, remember, squared. In terms of x, we use u because we are deriving u. Remember, du. So this is going to be like that. And then from here, before we continue, let me just show you the video where I'm explaining this formula, the trigonometric derivatives, guys. Okay, go and watch this video that pops up there. Those are trigonometric derivatives. If you so happen that you want to understand way much better than what I just showed you here. All right, now let's continue. Now it's time for us to use the chain rule function formula. So the chain rule formula, it goes like this: dy over dx, remember this is the final derivative, it's a multiplication of dy over du. You multiply this derivative with du over dx. So this is the formula that we use to derive when we use the chain rule. It's a multiplication of dy over dx multiplied by du over dx multiplied by dy over du. Remember, always, guys, always. So let's just substitute those derivatives. Now, what is dy over du? Dy over du is going to give us negative cosec squared u multiplied by, now du over dx, remember du over dx is actually 6x. Now remember, we have to change this u here, so we can say dy over dx, we can say, first of all, we can say negative here, and we can say 6 multiplied by 6x multiplied by negative 4, so this is going to give us 24x, and then we write cosec squared. Remember, wherever there is u, now we're gonna have to substitute by 3x squared. Remember, this 3x squared is the same as u, so 3x squared. Now that is your final answer, guys. That is your final answer. I hope you understood this question here, guys. Some of the questions, they might look complex, but really they are not. I've made videos on this part here, which is chain rule. I think this is the 6th video. Now you can go and watch the first one until this one if it so happen that you don't understand. I think if you can watch those videos, you can able to understand better. But then I'm still gonna make about few videos on chain rule which are a bit complex than this one, so hence you should subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and also stay tuned, guys. If this video managed to help you, do not forget to like and also subscribe to the channel. Comment as well if there's something you need to talk about. Do not forget to share this video to your friends via other social medias. Okay, people, thank you very much for watching. Till next time, cheers.